Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of Core Java, and today in our lesson number 15 we are going to learn about call by value and call by reference. So to start with our first subtopic, that is call by value, this is pretty straightforward. Okay, so I already have a sample code written here. Here I have declared one class, namely test, and it will have two variable of integer type, right? And it will have a constructor which will take two integer parameters and will set the value. So this is a very basic class, right? And then we have another class, I named it as modifier, and what it will do, we'll use this as an example of our call by value and call by reference. Okay, so we will check the first method, that is call by value. What I did here is that it will take two argument, integer I and integer int. So after taking that argument, it will simply change the value of I by multiplying it with 2, and it will change the value of j by dividing it with 2. Okay, so let's begin with our first topic, that is call by value. What happens here? Okay, first let me just declare some object modifier, right? Then for our test we'll write something like test, then we'll pass some value 4, right? Now let's say I will use this call by value method, right? And I'm going to pass the values from the test.I and test.j. So to give you a quick walkthrough of the code, what happens is when I declare a object with test and in the constructor I pass 4 and 4, the variable I and j get assigned the value of 4 and 4. That means I equal to 4 and j equal to 4, right? Correct. Then I'm going to call this m dot call by value. That means this modifier class and this method call by value, as I said, it will multiply the value of I with 2 and divide the value of j with 2, right? So as expected, we will just print this value. The value after call by value will be something like test.I plus, right, space, and then test.j. Okay, let's run it. So what do we see? We see that the value is still 4. The values are not changed, right? So what call by value does is that it will not affect the original value. That means whatever value that we are passing in this method will be taken by the value itself. Like we are passing 4, then a local copy of 4 is made, and then we have these values, right? To get a better example, I'll just print here inside method, then we'll print, right, I plus, then comma, then simply we'll print j, right? Let's say, what is this? What output we get? See, we get 8 and 2, but the value in the original object still remains the same. So this is called call by value. That means only the value is changed, right? A local copy is made and the value is changed, but the original value is not affected, right? Let's comment it out for now because we are going to move on to our next topic, right? Next subtopic. So that is call by reference. So before we move on, let's say what happens when we call a object. When a object is created, heap memory is allocated, right? A part of the memory is allocated. So here comes your concept of call by reference, right? Because whatever object you pass, it will be pointing towards a location. That means it will have some address, it will point towards that address, right? Then whatever value, that means for example say whatever object that you pass in the method, that that simply is passed by its reference. That means that is passed by its address. To get a practical example of this, we already have our object declared. We already have our modifier object also. Okay. Now next what we'll run, we'll run call by reference. Okay, we'll pass the object test, we'll pass the object of test. What's happening here is that inside this call by reference method we are going to change the I, we are going to change the I by 2 multiplied by 2 and j divided by 2. This is the same case, right? I will copy this as well. Here I need to write test because there is no local I and j. Same thing here. Okay, so let's make a copy of this as well. Here we'll write call by reference, right? Now when I run this, I'm getting an output like inside method 8 and 2, which is expected, right? It was as before. But the next thing that you notice is that the value is changed even outside the method, So let's take this example by the logic of call by value. If it was call by value, what it would have happened? It will take a copy of this test object, correct? It will take a copy of this test object. Here it will change the value of I, multiply with 2. It will change the value of j divided by 2. But our understanding is call by value, it should have made a copy of this object. So the object test which is outside, that means which is outside of that method, should not have been affected. But here clearly we can see even after the call by reference the value of the test variables have changed. Okay, so why is that? So that is because whatever object except the primitive data type, right, except this primitive data types, objects are called by reference. That means when we pass this object test inside call by reference, a reference to that address is sent, not a local copy, okay. So whatever changes that you make here, right, whatever changes that you make to this copy of test, that will be affected to the original test object as well, because they both point to the same address. That is the concept of call by reference. That means a reference of the address is sent, a copy of this test object is made, but ultimately they both refer to the same address. So that is the concept of call by reference. So hope you understood the topic of call by value and call by reference in Java. If you have any doubt, feel free to comment below and we will surely try to clear all your doubts. So don't forget to like, share with your friends, whoever is interested in learning about Java. Also subscribe to our channel to get notified about more such video. Thank you.